with the new website drop, which you haven't checked out our website, www.cottonvalleycrossfit.com, but it took me forever. Please go look at it if you haven't. It was a huge pain. We worked with a company called 321 Go. They work with Wodify. They were awesome, but I just am not that intelligent. So, but in addition with that, we dropped private coaching pricing. We haven't implemented this at a high level too much yet, but this is going to start being a little bit of an insight into what grabbing 30 minutes or an hour with the coach can do when it comes to some of the more complicated items. We don't really have the facility nor the staff for maybe a lot of personal like training, which I think is a different thing here. I think our goal with private coaching and with the staff that we have now is that it supplements what you do in class. Yep. I think it's important that that focus time, I think, is going to be huge.
Yeah, that's one of the things that if you learn very quickly with gymnastics or you take naturally to barbell movements, that's one thing. But if you struggle with kipping pull-ups or you feel like you're strong enough to do a muscle up, well, if we only get to it at most right now once a week, which is kind of an anomaly, but once a month or once every other week, it's really difficult to really drive those skills home. And so one of the things that you can start to do now is like, cool, I would like to get my muscle up, or I would like to get 3 muscle ups, or I want to be able to consistently do them during a Metcon. Well, that's going to take a little bit more focus than what the class is going to be able to offer for those, just by nature of the frequency that we hit them. So now you can work with me, you can work with Liza, you can work with Joe, you can work with Chad on anything that you want to work on. You just let us know, and you can come in and we can hit muscle ups 3 times in a row, very focused, and kind of dial in that movement and give you also some ideas for how to incorporate that into class. So maybe if there are pull-ups in the workout, okay, cool. How do I put my intent and my focus for muscle ups into my pull-ups so I can get something, or I can move that needle forward even though it's not the same movement? We can start to play that game. Or I know for a lot of us, mobility is a huge issue, whether it's getting into a front rack or getting into the bottom of the squat comfortably. As much as we're hitting that in class like we talked about, if we can hit that 3 times in a row for an hour, it's going to put a lot of tools in your toolbox, one, to work at home on those things, but also just that frequency that can move that needle forward so you can actually make some big moves as far as your mobility goes as well. So a couple different options. Obviously, also we can throw a barbell in there and work on snatch, clean and jerk, the deadlift, any of the basic lifts, whatever you guys want to do. But this is a really good opportunity to kind of hone in on the skills that might be eluding you, like double unders, for example. So
we'll work on improving the logistics of setting those up. Those are going to be set up directly through the coach that you would like to work with. You can always email me and we'll figure that out that way. But if you don't care, then we'll figure out someone that has a schedule for you. But otherwise, if you want to specifically work with Joe or you want to specifically work with anyone else or whatever, that's fine. We'll try to make that work in their schedule because they are actually the ones producing the intellectual property for that. It's not we're not managing them on that. We're going to let them and your guys' relationship drive that forward.
Oh, one big thing just to throw it in there. If you guys do have at-home equipment, like if you have a pull-up bar, you have a barbell, and you wanted some extra programming to use at home and you wanted some guidance, that is something that I can do through a separate app, but we can do that. It's like a $50 a month charge. But if you are looking for some extra work that maybe you don't need that coach to watch you doing everything where it's that one-on-one time, but you do want to knock out some mobility stuff or some extra pulling work, whatever that is for you, we can also do that now as well. So that's going to be through me, so let me know for that. But a couple different options for you guys to get some work in outside of class and kind of start pushing things forward.